You will know exactly what you need to do at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Cancer. Indeed, you will know exactly what you need to do. And when I say that you will know what you need to do, this is to do with a part of your life that you know you kind of need to step in, because it is going to bring you an ultimate happiness. Okay, so this what you're gonna feel like you really need to do. It's to do with an important step that you need to make, especially when it comes to your own progress in life, especially when it comes to your own development in life. This is not going to be something that only you are gonna benefit from, or that only you're gonna find like really good and really kind of important. No, baby, no. This is a lot to do with an aspect of your life, that what you're doing right now at the beginning of the week, what you're focusing on, what you're going to be thinking about, what you're going to feel so inspired about. It's a lot to do with your own development, and absolutely the perfect step to make at this stage in your life when it comes to your own progress. But this is going to reflect on every single person in your life, your friends, your family members, everybody who means to you so much. It's actually going to find this beneficial as well. I like it because while you're doing this, while you're making this progress, while you're making this step, you're going to make a huge progress. You are literally going to inspire yourself. You're going to feel so inspired, but at the same time, you are going to inspire some really important people in your life with this particular action that you're actually going to feel like you want to make, and you're going to do this so much, and you will know exactly what am I talking about, my gorgeous Cancerini. And by the way, this is for the week in between the 10th and the 16th of October 2022, and basically 10th to 16th, yes. And basically how you're going to know what this is, because on one hand you will kind of become aware of like a very devilish and scary and dark energy, and certain person and certain people being connected to it so much. This is also kind of going to make you fully aware of something that you didn't know before, and this in itself, it's a lot to do with lots of aspects on the things that have been happening on the outside of your life, but they have again been affecting you quite a lot. This is all going to be obvious, like there is no tomorrow, but at the same, so it's to do with like some kind of devilish, like a very toxic, like a person or a group of people that are going to kind of make you aware of something. And now at this moment in time, this is going to be like a really big confirmation for you that this step that you're going to need to make. Okay, my gorgeous Coco, sorry, I'm just going to let Coco out. Here. There you go, my darling. He's thirsty or hungry. So yeah, basically, so this part of your life, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's also like kind of going to be, you're just gonna kind of like, sorry, this part of your life, only you can do something about this. Only you're the only one who can do something like this. You're the only one who can make this necessary step, because it's to do with your progress and it's to do with your development. And this is like a God's blessing. This is like a blessing what you're gonna become aware of, because it's really going to also at the same time gonna point beautifully direction that you should be going through, you should be following, and that direction is going to require from you to like really kind of do things on your own, not really on your own, but to fully trust your intuition and your psychic feelings, because all this that you're going to become aware of, you will like kind of prepare for this moment in time for a long time, my gorgeous Cancerini, but at the same time you were kind of aware of so many different aspects already. So it's also like a huge confirmation that you are going to have at this moment in time. And also, do you know how that is all going to unfold? So as soon as you become aware of something very terrible and dark and negative, this is not actually going to be scary. It's not actually going to be like, oh my God, horrible. No, baby, no. Because your energy is going to rise. Your vibration is going to rise. So I can see you being really optimistic and positive. And you are kind of going to unlock something within. Something within you. It's going to unlock at that moment in time. And this in itself, it's going to really inspire you. It's going to make you feel really optimistic. But it's also going to be kind of make you feel really excited about exploring something. something, because this is a lot to do with you entering a whole new stage in your life, but also needing to understand that you're going to need to investigate and explore before you kind of make a really final, a really amazing move, which is going to happen by the end of the week, and you will see exactly what I mean, because this is all going to lead towards a rather difficult choice, but it's not going to be a difficult choice whatsoever. But let me just tell you what is going to happen here. It's about you feeling extremely enthusiastic about exploring something, and you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it whatsoever. And then somebody who is so close to you, so important to you, like a friend or family member, is just going to point something about you, like, why are you not doing this, why are you not doing that? Somebody's going to be brutally honest, but in the best possible way, because it's going to come from someone who means to you so much, from someone who you really love and appreciate. And those type of people who are in our lives are the best for so many different reasons, never mind the fact that they are meant to be in our lives, but also when something needs to be pointed out at the right time, when maybe there is so much going on, they're like a blessing, really, because someone who is really important to you, like a friend or a family member, it's also going to point out at a similar time without you even saying something to them. And this is going to be such a nice little sign for you in terms of the actual synchronicities, like, oh my god, he or she told me this and that, and I can't believe they just mentioned this, and I was just thinking about it yesterday. Do you know what I mean? So this is going to be a sign, yeah baby, it's time to absolutely go for it. It is very important indeed, and it's all going to happen through the power of the actual synchronicity as well. And as I said, you will see exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. So it's all going to boil down towards you wanting to explore, and this is going to make you feel so optimistic, but at the same time, once you kind of start exploring, it's going to take only about 2 or 3 days, and once you kind of start exploring, you are going to be inspired, honestly, never before. I've told you that you've already felt inspired, but you're going to be inspired even more, because you're going to find out what you already thought, a deep within. Your psychic feelings, your intuition, your subconscious mind was guiding you to this stage of your life, because what you're going to find out, it's really important bright prospects when it comes to this part and this stage of your life, my gorgeous Cancerini. So this is what you have been prepared for such a long time, but at the same time, this is to do with the karmic truth, and at the same time, it's to do with the karmic gift, because you were trusting yourself. So you will see this is all going to be connected. So you are going to find out, you're going to be even more inspired, because it's all about finding out a very, very much so bright prospects, and it's all going to become obvious, like prospects, oh my god. So it's all going to become so many unlimited possibilities, bright prospects, especially when it comes to unlimited possibilities in your life. And then you're going to realize, oh my god, no wonder I felt so drawn towards investigating this, and no wonder I felt so drawn to kind of explore this part of my life. So you see what I mean? It's just going to show you unlimited possibilities, especially when it comes to these bright prospects in your life. Your passion is going to be rising, your energy is going to be increasing, your passion is going to be ignited, but at the same time, this is going to make you aware of that you need to come up with a plan. You need to come up with a plan how exactly you're going to do this. And once you find thinking about how you're going to kind of do this, you will see exactly what I mean. It is all about timing, but it is all about you kind of being completely honest with yourself. You must be honest with yourself when it comes to you finding yourself on this path, when it comes to you really kind of needing to come up with a plan how you're going to do this, because this is not something that you do this in 5 minutes. This is not something that you do over a night, for example. And when you find yourself a thinking how you're gonna do this, something is just suddenly out of the blue gonna be highlighted to you. And again, it's going to be about certain people are kind of being dishonest, certain people are kind of doing some kind of double dealing, and this is going to help you so much. Some kind of dishonesty, it's going to become obvious here to you when you're thinking about this planning. Now, you will be thinking how you're going to do this, for example, but so many other things are going to be unlocked within. So don't be surprised when then suddenly, some certain people come to your mind that are dishonest, and then, oh my God, that's exactly what you needed at this moment in time. This person come into your mind, and it's going to contribute like there is no tomorrow here in such a positive way, because you will know who is toxic, what is toxic, and what exactly do you want to remove yourself from. But this is going to require for you to, my gorgeous Cancerini, to do things completely on your own, the way you want to do them, when you want to do them, how you want to do them. Don't ever give your power away. I'm not saying that you're giving your power away, but I'm just saying do not ever give your power away. And people can do this, and people learn. And how you give your power away is because sometimes we just pay attention to people who don't mean anything to us, pay attention to people who don't actually make sense, pay attention to people who are really dark, and pay attention to people who we get nothing from, and they've got nothing to do with our lives. We don't know them, they don't know us, but for some reason these particular people have been kind of like a leading your life, kind of telling you what to do. So this is all going to become absolutely obvious. So for you to preserve your power for the rest of your life, it's always, no matter what, live your life the way you want to live your life, do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, how you feel that you should do it, not when somebody else tells you what to do, how to do, and when to do it. This is important because it's all about you being honest with yourself and following your intuition at the same time, because even if we do things wrong, it doesn't really matter. That means that we have to brush up on the certain part and aspect of our lives until we learn what we are meant to learn, because it's necessary for our progress, for things to come when it comes to our future planning and things like that. We know things that we should know, rather than being kind of unprepared, facing an absolutely mind-blowing, enormous change, an aspect of our life which needs from us to use our experience, to use our own view on things, rather than taking somebody else's. I really hope this makes sense, my gorgeous Cancerini. However, it is very, very important. So you are going to need to come up with a plan, but once you find yourself thinking about that plan, you will see what toxic energy and vibration and which toxic people are going to be on your mind that are only going to contribute so much towards you understanding, you know what, this in itself is a mind-blowing final push that it's actually going to come. Okay, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, just like you're also like going to find yourself being surrounded by the people, or you're going to be surrounded by a couple of people, maybe you're going to be surrounded by a group of people, but I know that you're going to be surrounded by the few people, by a group of people. And at the same time, that could happen, that energy can show like it can be somewhere outside, but it can also be maybe you will have a meeting online, you know what I mean? Like that's also like a few different energies around, so you could be surrounded by the people like that, or maybe you could have like some kind of conversation within an email, like an important conversation with a few different people. This can happen in so many different ways, but the bottom line is at around the midweek, you're going to be surrounded by a few different people, and what is going to happen, one of them is just going to say something and it's going to inspire you so much. So it's to do with an important conversation, but also at the same time one of them is going to inspire you like, oh my god, and someone is going to inspire you to the point where you're going to understand like a few different options, that you have a variety of options that you're actually going to have, but it's like one option, and then you're going to realize, oh my god, I'm going to have a second option, oh my god, I can have a third option, oh my god, I can have a fourth option. This is important because all these options are going to require from you to also understand that now in order for you to take these options on, you also need to accept that now that there's something that just didn't work out for you, some kind of part of your life that you felt so passionate about for such a long time, but also even longer, maybe it was just draining. So the part of your life that used to be very passionate with, it came to an end. That means that karmically came to an end. You learned everything that you possibly need. So now for the next unfoldment, you need to let this energy go. So for the next unfoldment, you just need to kind of really accept which part of your life came to an end. Something that for the last 6 or 7 months was dragging, it was very slow, but used to be very passionate about this part of your life. So when we are passionate about a certain part of our life and it came to an end, we're like, oh no, I'm so passionate about it. But then it's slowly but surely, as the time goes by, you just realize, this came to an end. This is actually a really good sign, because now you've learned everything what you possibly can. So you need to take this on the next stage. It's not bad at all, but it's just about you accepting this. This is what you're going to need to understand. You're going to need to understand that you need to accept that certain part of your life that came to an end. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to kind of take these options on. on, and they are gonna be mind-blowing in so many different ways, because these options are also going to kind of become the time of your life where you are literally going through one of the biggest transformations of your life. You will be going through one of the biggest transformations of your life. Listen to me very carefully, which means that on the other hand, I really have to stress that if there is some kind of like a really big, massive investment to make this week, no baby, no, do not make massive, huge investments this week. You know, you try to do it after the 16th of October. So the 17th of October onwards, it's going to be absolutely fine. But this week, do not make massive investments. I'm not saying it wouldn't be like a really good and successful, no baby, no, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be as successful as it's going to be if you make within the different period where the different numbers are playing the game, where we are already like having the 17th, like the beginning of the week. Week after that, the beginning of the week, it's going to be the 17th. It's going to start with the 17th. This is a very powerful number, especially when it comes to starting a new project, especially when it comes to also like investing in things that are going to return to us in a really kind of enormous way indeed. Okay, so this is something you need to remember. And also, just what I said, remember what I mentioned at the beginning of this week, that, you know, at the last part of this week, you are indeed going to be facing a very difficult choice. But this choice is not going to be difficult. What you need to remember, do not rush when it comes to this choice. Listen to me very carefully. Do not rush. Okay, so you will see how things are going to develop, unfold, and how things are going to happen to you. By the end of this week, you are going to be facing an important stage of your life. You are going to be needing to go forward with your life. So you are naturally going to be facing like a very difficult choice. That's how you're going to feel. It's not going to be difficult at all, let me tell you. But what is most important here is to not to rush. Don't rush with this whatsoever. Listen to me very carefully. Do not rush with this choice whatsoever, because you are gonna find yourself facing a difficult choice. So also you are gonna feel some kind of like a urgency to do this. No baby, no, this does not need to be urgent, not as urgent as you're gonna kind of is gonna make out to be, or it's going to look like to be. So you have to trust yourself, but you have to trust me as well. So when you're facing this difficult choice, if 10,000 people are rushing you, do it. No baby, no. Wait a day or two, because you are going to need like a day or two break. You are going to need to mentally prepare yourself. You are going to need to recharge yourself. You are going to need to ground yourself. You're going to need to center yourself. But most importantly, you're going to mentally prepare yourself, because there is some kind of clarity that is going to come to you. It's very important to wait like about a couple of days and then make that choice. And the choice that you're going to need to make is going to be very, very simple indeed. I know it sounds very difficult, but the answer to this choice is your development, your personal development. What do you need to do at this stage of your life? Where do you need to get? Where do you need to go? What do you think that you need to do in terms of development, like as the next step, next stage? It doesn't matter whether you're working, whether you're retired, whether you're looking for work. It's just to do with your development. That's the choice that you're going to be making. That's the answer to the choice that you're going to be making. But you're only going to be able to make the right answer as long as you have a couple of days break. It's what I said, because you need to clear your head, and you need to clear your head in order to understand, in order to see, in order to connect, in order to reconnect, and you will know exactly what do you need to do in terms of your development, in terms of your promotion, in terms of your life going on the next stage. So this is the answer to the difficult choice. The answer to that difficult choice is, what do you need to do? What do you feel like you need to do? What do you feel like it would be the best thing to do in terms of your development, you going on the next stage, next level of your life? And someone really beautiful and powerful, very gorgeous person, like very strong, very mature, very powerful and rather old, and a very beautiful old wise spirit. It's going to really kind of like tell you something. It's going to make you aware of something. It's going to let you know something. The power of being patient, you're also going to understand through this person, and then you are really going to be able to make one of the wisest choices of your life. My gorgeous Cancerini, I don't even know how to stress this. This is all going to lead towards you making one of the most important choices, one of the wisest choices of your life. By the time you get to the January, February and March 2023, by the time you get to the January, February and March 2023, you would not believe where you are going to be. You would not believe how much your life is going to change. And most importantly, my God, how proud you're going to feel about yourself. It's like, oh my God, my gorgeous Cancerini, you have got something very, very special to look forward to. And you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, I love you all so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.